Good afternoon and good evening somewhere in the world. Glad you could join me. Had to move yesterday's live stream to today. Scheduling conflict, it happens sometimes. I hope you guys are doing very, very well. Let me know how the sound is. I always appreciate it when I get some feedback. These things you never know. Anyway, so today's topic, what are we talking about today's topic? Okay. Um, Hopefully we can make like a dialogue. So I'll gladly enjoy that. So you guys can come in, post your questions and stuff like that. So anyway, you know, the current state of the world, inflation is everywhere. Things are changing. The market doesn't look too exciting, but um, we still must do what we're supposed to do, right? Take care of these homes and then start enjoying them. Okay, so it looks like the theme now is why everybody's building, well, not everybody, but there are a lot of modern design homes, especially as I'm talking about Ghana per se. When you watch all these videos, and it seems everybody's doing modern, that's what it seems like. But and the question sometimes comes is like, how are you going to make your house stand out? I am an advocate for that. So those who are listening, if you can give me a feedback on audio, that would be great. I'm an advocate for making your house unique, and also being creative and make sure you build something for you, something you enjoy. Spend the money anyway, so it's important that you do that. So I'm not a fan of copying exactly somebody's house, um, from beginning to the end. You always add some things. Good afternoon, Ajia. Hope you are well. Let me know if you can hear me. And so I'm an advocate for that. So you do see a lot of these, the modern homes, and then you're trying to, maybe you are building that. So I wanted to do a modern home, so I think I'm moving to. Thank you for the feedback. To contemporary, with a little bit twist. DOT, thanks you that. Okay, so one of the things I want you to think about is why the modern homes all look similar, but I think it's a bunch of stuff you can do, which is that you can utilize the landscape very well, outdoor space, greenery. That's what I'm going at. Most of them seem not to have that, right? So you can add some green to your landscape, and then make it that unique, so it doesn't look like apartment like. It looks more like a home. Um, and I think a home should have indoor and outdoor capacity to enjoy. So you can do that. So you have to take care of that, and take care of the lawn. So if you do have natural grass, plants, and stuff like that, you want to make sure they are being trimmed and they look good. That is very, very important. And also, too, don't underestimate the power of a nice design for the door, the entrance door. You can make it pop. You can break out of the two modern, which is clean lines, and then make it look like that focal point, when you come in. Another thing too, lights. Man, lights are like a big changer, right? So, and not just the light, also it's like the spectrum of the light, you know, and it also matters and stuff like that. So factor that in, the placement. And so you can do certain little things here and there that makes your house stand out. It's also building with some symmetry. Also is very, very important. So you don't want one section of the house. I mean, I'm talking about exterior now. You don't want one section of the house looks like contemporary, more than you could get away with that. You can combine those two. That actually work well. But let's say you have a modern and then you have some kind of like Mediterranean on one side and one like that. So that is not going to be symmetry, and then symmetric, and it's going to add up, right? Some issues. I think the house should have some numbers. If you don't have some house numbers, I think put in a number on the house or by the gate, those little things. Add add to the look and stuff like that. Yeah, this little touches matters. And also another thing detail that we can take about care of is making sure there's not all the hide all the electrical wiring and fixtures. So hide them. So you don't want wires coming across. I've seen some nice homes with wires coming from the TV. So your electrician, if he's up to par, he should be able to. You should not be seeing the wires. Okay. All right. Let me give a few shout out here, Ajia. Thank you very much. DOT, I see you. Keep doing your thing. You are going to get a KK. Thanks, bro, for for checking in. You can throw in some questions to Joe. I hope you're aware. Hopefully you're not texting fly stuff like that. So all right. So another thing too, take care of the if the ground is moldy and stuff like that, power wash that is very, very important. I'm gonna do a whole video about that stuff coming up sometime. Don't know when. About why I think we should start staying away from pavement blocks and all that stuff. Okay, it's a video coming down because of the mold issue. Okay, and the inability to actually guarantee the consistency and quality of the materials and all that stuff. All right. Tomodachi Holmes. Yeah, bro. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. It's probably, I don't know what time it is at your end. Okay. All right. Just can you bring me some kinky and fish? I could do that right now. Okay. Another thing to garage. Stay in your garage, right? Break out of the garage doors and stuff. We are doing whites now and stuff like that. So it's a few things we can do, to make that house um talking more on the outside now, unique. And also another thing, really another thing too is that um we must have a clear path. I think when you can create a clear path to things to the back, so there's a pathway with plants, trees around them, simple, clean, and to get to destination, whether to the pool and stuff like that. Those also add, so it doesn't look like you can just walk everywhere. And so those are some of the few things we can do. And when it comes to interior, the furniture, and I would say the space determine the furniture. So space first. I know we like to go with this over furniturization of the rooms and stuff like that. Like less is more. You want people to be able to move around. You want airflow. You don't want it to look too clumsy and all like a crowded and cluttered. So is the space that is going to determine the size of the furniture, what I want to, and all those things. So I think once you stick to that, and also not just the furniture also either must enhance the interior design, the house, all that stuff. And so tie it well. Okay. Now shout out to Jackie Apia. I heard about the house situation. People were going at her until a friend sent me the video a couple weeks ago, and maybe Jackie was listening. Maybe. So I think the outside is okay, but that interior design by the home that Jackie Apia showed, man, damn, it's nice. It's really nice. That is what it's about, right? That is what it's about. You can get inspiration out there. So Jackie has been listening to us, and so she went ahead and went home, knock it off the ballpark with that elegance, and I can tell there's a multiple interior designers. So if it's one, that was really, really, really good. So it's a good inspiration from that. So as far as I know, based on the homes I'm looking at around the residential homes, interior, design, everything like that, Jackie Apia is the standard now. So I think it's a beautiful thing. So it's good. She's raised the bar. Okay, she's raised the bar. Um, so the challenge is good. Okay, we're gonna you know see the standard. It's always good when it's a standard. So we also gonna do our thing. So it's good. It's really good. But she's done well, Congratulations to her for doing that. So that is what I want. Standard. The house looks elegant. Make that, and that's all we want. We don't want some 1965 that our grandparents built for. We don't want that. Okay. All right. Take some questions. So tree fences. Um, assuming DOT, you're thinking about when people use trees as a security fence, right? I would say um, is a the unfortunate thing is I can't really talk about security much publicly. But consultation, DOT, got you. Come through. We'll take care of all the security stuff. But and everything can be defeated. Everything, if they know what they are doing and if they have time, they can be defeated. So that's why we build this thing to layers. So in our security consultation, I give you about 8 layers. So by the time they get through all that stuff, it's just too much hassle. You would have been way ahead to know something is happening, unless there's a collaboration, somebody in the house, and also we give you tips how to deal with that. So I would say I will probably use fence wire, design properly, um, making sure I've gone to somebody's house with a fence wire and I was able to jump over. So design properly, safely, and stuff like that. So you have to understand this and how you do them, and when you turn it on, when you turn it off, and so that'll be the first entry. That's the first, and perimeter fence. That'll be the first one, right? So I think that too. I'll pick that over tree, using tree fences and stuff like that. Okay. Now you could do both in terms of like you have the wire fencing over the fence wall, and then internal you can do some trees around it to bring the elegance and that kind of stuff. You also have to make sure you're trimming those trees so they're not interfering with the sensors in the wires and stuff. So you have to trim them, because they could give you false alarm, and if something happens, you think it's my tree branch again. Maybe that day is not. So yeah, take care. But we can talk more about security stuff. Okay. Yeah. So I like the idea of being on garages. Okay. So that's what we went for, right? Because we looked. I looked, and it's rare. I was not seeing modern homes with an extension garage that has a functional pergola, outdoor space. I didn't see a lot of that. I figured why not? It's a wasted space. So why not use that? And so when I was designing the home, we were doing foundation. I was thinking about it, how we're gonna utilize that stuff as well, because I feel like mostly in the tropics, um, people stay outdoor. People don't stay inside, and I didn't want to be in Ghana them inside the whole time. I want to be outside. The only time maybe if I come inside is like when it's extremely hot and stuff like that. But other than that, that's why we talk about the shades and all that stuff, and how to just build. Think about it. Use the right team. The right team matters right now. Is really important, especially with the cost of things. You must have some people that are experienced, that are innovative, and that's what we try to do. You know how to reach us, Royal Consulting Solutions at .com or at gmail.com. And then we can just have the conversation going. But we trying to push ourselves. We're trying to blend in. My goal right now is to blend in the modern contemporary, and with a few things. When I get to the furniture, I might break a few things in there. Talking to the interior design and stuff like that, just to break that out. And so it's all about that, man. It's about building something unique you are going to enjoy. You build for yourself. You're not building for anybody. You're not building for people to clap. You're not building for you. You're building for yourself to enjoy. Um, and so still make it unique, still make it unique, and you know, and so that's it, right? So don't be afraid. It looks like everybody's doing modern. Yes, there's a ton of them. The design look very similar, stuff like that. But I think there's so much more we can do, so much more we can do with our individual projects. And I'm going to say it's very, very difficult for you to come up with all the ideas, because it's hard. Sometimes having certain people look at your plan and what is going on, they can add value. They can really add value, right? So I'm bringing everybody on board. I'm bringing everybody that I could. If I have to pay them, I pay them, because yeah, I'm trying to produce something. I'm building this thing like this is it. There's the house, and if I don't build again, this is something that's going to be the ultimate home that I would have wanted, right? Ghana dreams for life. I see you. I see you. I'm doing good, very well. Glad to be alive. The dream is well. We're gonna pursue these things. And the beauty of life is there's no guarantees, there's no certainties that make this experience, this thing, life unique. And so we get up and we charge forward, taking, understanding all the burdens and the risk and the pursuit of our hopes, dreams, and aspirations. And we are not deterred, we are not discouraged, and in the endeavor that we are pursuing, because we too are going to enjoy the positive aspect of what life has to offer, because that is the only thing, that's the only how way we want to live, and we are willing to pay all the price. Pay the price full. No, don't cut corners. I don't believe in them. No short corners to riches. Pay your price, go at it, and then enjoy very, very well. So that is what we try and do. Okay. And so and so that is one of the things that we have to really pay attention to. Okay. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Um, is and Don't be afraid. Just be courageous. Just be courageous and go after it. Okay. Okay. So let me see. I got a question here. Scaling roof. What's your opinion on that? Just refresh memory. Scaling roof in Australia. I think it's just one side slope, right? I think so. I mean, all roofs in general. There's a couple of things that you are looking at, right? So one is okay. So you have the material composition. Heat distribution is very, very important, especially in the tropics, right? So you have that, and then the material composition. Then you have the basically the installation design. Whether it's flat, whether it's like pitch roof or scaling roof and stuff like that. How do you get the water out and all those things? So there's not really like a bad roofing design, and I think is once you factor in the question, the challenge for our people sometimes when we're doing something like a scaling roof is that is the execution, is the execution. So that is why sometimes we have to be there with our guidance, make sure they're not taking corners and that kind of stuff. So I don't really have a problem with it. It's just, is it going to be executed well? Because your roofer, it may be this is the first time they are approaching scaling roof, and so that is what is important. So I would say if that's the case, you want to be on the ground, you want to have a good diagram. So my team sometimes I work to have a good diagram. I show images. We go on YouTube, we go on websites, so okay, you see how it looks, and then we work on the dimension. So I would say do that. Do that with your team. Okay. Uh, Dude, I mean, you building, so it's stressful, right? That's listen, man. At a certain point, man, this thing will got to stop some point. I know for residential, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's money, It's money, it's time, it's sacrifices, it's dedication. It's like at a certain point, you want to stop and enjoy, what you've been able to do so far. I cannot rule out something commercial, and if it's something commercial, I'm not going large scale. No, is at a certain point, you got to tone down the ambition, kakra, a little bit, and then to enjoy the hard work. So yeah. So it's just that even if I have all the money I will ever want, I think at a certain point I still want to just take a break. And the break, with the first house, it was 6 months and I got bored. So I hope that's not the case with after I finish this. I hope, but I think at least I want to take a break for a couple of years. So we'll see. But like it's expensive. It's not cheap, especially if you want to do everything right, stuff like that. So we'll see. But and also too, it's like it's a commitment. Doing YouTube, doing the research, putting the information, make sure they are good information and all that stuff. I care about those things. So it takes time as well. So at a certain point too, this journey, YouTube and stuff like that too will also, come to an end at a certain point. And so in the meantime, I'm trying my best to also get everything out. So when I walk away, I know that I gave it all. I gave it all. So I'm telling my friends, I said, man, let's do these things because when it comes to an end, I would not be available to hopefully help you in that because I want to break as well. So let's push it. I figure we'll have a couple of years unless something crazy happens. We're a couple of years before we get there. So let's build this thing. And then you see, let's get these homes down and stuff like that. So okay. So you have to bear with me for a few years. I'm still here. God's willing, we will, to we call it another chapter. There's things to do. There's more things to do. There's more other interest I have. So I'm trying to run, someday when I look back, say, you know what, man, I empty everything in the tank, and it was a wonderful ride. Okay, so that's me. All right, so just being creative and don't the cities look scary right now. Inflation is high and all that stuff. Is happening, but it's determination. It's like as determination is going to separate. If you want it bad enough, winners don't make excuses, so you go get them. You make them work. You cut back on other areas to finance this project. That's all you have to do. So if you decide you're not going to quit, you're going to make this thing happen. It really doesn't matter, even if inflation goes like whatever it is now, stuff like that. So that is the approach. As the approach, for me and my guys, it's like sucks, but we're gonna do this thing. We have to. There's no option. Okay. Now 5 more minutes. No questions. We're gonna keep it short and sweet. Next week. So the video I posted a video today. Scheduled to put this video this morning. So just watch it, comment, ask questions. So these videos are basically an attempt to show what as I'm doing for you to get some ideas, and stuff like that. Obviously, not everything. Eventually, someday, not everything's gonna be on that. But in the next few years, there will be updates on the house and stuff like that. So the interior designer was there. She's very dope, very very good. And so next week will be the second version of the video when we go to the rooftop and then we talk about some of the ideas of stuff like that we can do up there, stuff like that. So it's very, very important. It's very, very important. That's why we talk about when we do the foundation, we engineer these homes for a potential second level and up. It's very important. Okay. So and stuff like that. So it's very, very important. Because if the foundation was done for a bungalow style and you try and do all that stuff, it gets a little bit tricky. Okay. What point you bring interior design? So I think the interior design should look at a blueprint as well. Um, so they come in initially, unless you are pretty sure that only comes through some kind of experience of what you want to execute, and your builder is very, very sound and very, very good. So the interior design, I would say for most people, when you get your blueprint, bring the interior designer out there, talk to them, start thinking about some of the things you want to do. Ask them, what do they think? If you have to pay them, pay people. Just pay people and get something quality value out of that. So then the reason it's important is if you have to, and obviously engineers, like your builder, will have to also understand when maybe you have to do structural movement and stuff like that. Then they also need to know how you're gonna design that, how you're gonna do your beams and that stuff. So they could come in. I think once you do the block work, they could come in again just to check oversight, stuff like that. If there's some few things you can do. Then after that, they don't come into when you about to put the fixtures in. And then you're thinking about colors, appliances, fixtures, cabinets, islands and furnitures. Then they come in before that, so you can start planning. By the way, to do it right, you can go on our website. You can buy our building guide, and it's going to tell you when all these things come. It's going to tell you when the cabinets should come in and all those things. It's very important. So you are not painting on the stuff. You're not painting on your doors. You're not doing all kinds of stuff. So trust me, buy that. It's cheap, like $50, cheap. Okay, buy that. It's gonna help you plan this thing out. Be efficient. You don't waste money. You're not trying to beat up your crew because they are destroying stuff in the house. They paint all over the fridge, and the doors are damaged. Just go buy. Okay. So we have that. So they can come in and then help you guiding furniture placement. And ideally, make sure they bring value, they have your vision and stuff like that. So don't be afraid to use images. Images are powerful of what you want the room to look like, and stuff like that. So you can come in, I think, in about 3 stages. Okay. Yeah, so you can, so interlock bricks can be done depending on how many levels you're trying to go. You still have to do your columns and your pillars to hold them together at the ends. You still have to do that. But some do use a little bit of mortar in them, and stuff like that. So the go one thing also you should look at is the quality of the bricks itself. You should look at that. Make sure they are designed well. The locking system is going to stay put. They're not going to shift, move, and stuff like that. No, some people add a little bit mortar in there for bonding and stuff. So depending on how many levels you want to do, is say you can do it. Thank you, Queen's Home. Okay, so all right, so use all the tools, man. Use all the tools available. I use everybody. I talk to people in real estate. I check out renovation homes. I'm on IG, looking at interior design, inspirational kitchen designs, bathrooms. Like I'm everywhere. Because I'm trying to build something so unique that I'm trying to create a piece of heaven for that home that I don't have to um, be going to these nice places and spend all this money unless it's needed. So I am creating that, and so use all the available tools around you. Okay. Other than that, 30 minutes is gone by. Appreciate you taking the time. Watch the video, subscribe, um, comments. I read all the comments. If I see them, I see, because sometimes YouTube doesn't show the comment, especially if it's like for the older videos. but I read all the comment. I think I read maybe 99.9% of the comment. I read all the emails. So reach out to us, um, because I believe we can help you in some capacity. Even if we don't do the work, at least you can get advice for yourself to protect your interest and to build the dream home that you can come out and look at and say, listen, this is one unique home among every home here. So that's what we are going for, unique home, area champion minimum, preferably city champions. So we're trying to push ourselves, and I think we can do that. All right. Other than that, appreciate you sharing the videos, watching them. You may have to watch them a few times. I do watch the videos sometimes, to make sure that the information is good, and to maybe the information was not super clear. I try to, you know, revise that in the next live stream. So just do it. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Find a team. Find people on that believe in you, and be focused, man. There's so many distractions out there, especially if you're a young man, if you're a young lady with what is going on social media and stuff like that. Man, it's don't waste your time. Just go and focus on your dream and aspirations. That's the most important thing. Everything else is just secondary. So don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. Listen, you know, there are people that are enjoying right now, and you pay the price right now, and then you get to enjoy better and longer. So you pay your price. All right. Hello, Sleeve, bro. Thank you. Thanks for joining in. I hope all is good with you. Your building's going well. Okay. Yes, it's not cheap. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. Especially if you are doing it right. It's never cheap. But I think I listen. I everything that has value require work. It require work, and I think the work is fine. Is you know not everybody's going to live the life they want or they deserve because they're not willing to do the work. So I think we should embrace the work. And so when you're enjoying it, you go hard. You really enjoy hard because you pay the price to do it. So I tell people, like, pay the price, and then because when I'm enjoying my place, I mean I go 100. So because it took a lot of sacrifices to get there. So but we'll do it. We'll definitely do it. We'll make it happen. We're winners. We're champions. We get up and we're gonna make it happen. We are going to be the most successful in the family. We're gonna be the most accomplished. That is the mindset. We're gonna build a legacy. We're gonna get to the point that we'll be able to have impact and influence, and be able to take care of those less fortunate and stuff like that. So to me, that's all it's about. All right. All day Sunday. Have a great week coming up. Mondays are awesome. And so keep the dream alive. Let me know how I can help you. All right. I wish you the best. So let's go get this thing done. Okay. Thank you.